Now, as the days get darker and colder, I can see it coming a mile off. We're going to be longing for those hazy, crazy days of summer when we're on the golf course. My next guest has an option for you. He's opening a brand new golf course in West Virginia. Let's welcome back to our program a golf legend and a wonderful guest, Gary Player. Gary, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Stuart. I hope all your listeners can understand our two accents.
Yeah, but let's point out, yours is South African, mine is British, but it's got a mid-Atlantic these days because I've been here so long. I've got to ask you about this new course in West Virginia. That's a vote of confidence in golf, isn't it?
It's fantastic, Stuart. I mean, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Lee Trevino, and myself, who've travelled further and more miles than any four other athletes in the history of sport. We have such knowledge, experience, have won probably over 400 tournaments. We've all designed golf courses, all to be getting together to put all of our experience in one golf course for a man called Jim Justice of White Sulphur Springs, Virginia, the Greenbrier, the greatest resort I've ever seen in my life. This is high in the mountains, and this is going to be something very special.
I didn't know that this new golf course is part of the Greenbrier complex. That's correct?
Very much so, and I played in Greenbrier in 1957, and I played 36 holes with Sam Snead. I tied with him, extra 7 holes, lost, and I said, Mr. Snead, is there anything you can help me with my swing? He said, I ain't seen you swing yet, son.
I got Sam Snead's autograph at the Greenbrier many years ago when he was the resident professional, as I recall. Now, Gary, there's a
greatest athlete. Sam Snead was the greatest athlete that I ever saw in golf, the strongest and greatest athlete of any golfer that ever played.
Enough with the past. Let's talk about you and the present. You're going to be 80 years old on November the 1st. You look absolutely fantastic. But every golfer that I've asked, I say, I've got Gary Player on the show. He's coming up to 80 real soon. They all ask the same question. Can he shoot his age? In other words, can you play a round of golf on a long golf course and shoot 80 or under? Can you?
Stuart, on an average golf course, I average 70. So I still beat my age by at least 10 shots. I do. I can still play very well.
I
work out.
You're a scratch golfer.
Wow. Very much so. A little bit. I think a little better than scratch.
Well, how about a really, truly long course? On a 6,000-7,000 yard course. What can you do that? Then?
Oh no, on a 7,000 yard. Sorry, I interrupted you there. On a 7,000 yard golf course, I'd go very close to playing to scratch or 1 or 2 over par. But I keep an. You know what made America the greatest country in the world is family, faith, and hard work. And that's basically what we as a company base our principles on. I still work as hard as I ever did in my life at 80. I travel as many miles as I ever did. You've got to keep going. Actually, retirement is a death warrant. You've got to keep your body moving, your mind exercising. I want to be the greatest orator of any sportsman that ever lived, so I've got to keep learning and improving my English.
I love it. Well, I quoted you earlier as saying, I want to make sure this is accurate, you do 5,200 sit-ups a week, and many of them are done with, what is it, a 20 or 50-pound medicine ball that you move backwards and forwards with? Tell us.
Well, this morning I did 1,300 crunches, many sit-ups, and then I put a 100-pound weight for the last 200, and I still run on the treadmill at maximum, and I often push 300 pounds with my legs on the leg press. But I also eat well. I eat properly, and I think eating is essential.
So what will be,
it's the first 80 years are the toughest.
I have to admit, I'm 67 years of age. Could I be as fit as you are 13 years from now if I adopted your exercise and diet regimen? Can I?
Well, if is a big word, but I don't think you've seen your knees in the last 6 years.
This interview is over.
No, I tell you, honestly, Stuart, my great dream for this great country, America, at least 25% that we know of the young people are obese. America had a monopoly, business-wise and in every sense of the word, in the old days. Now they got China, India, Africa, Russia. So the young men of America have got to work harder now to maintain the #1 position. It's all very well being world champion, but to stay there is harder. Better education, dedication to this great country.
That's why you're a favourite guest on this programme. You got it right every time. Congratulations, Mr. Player. It's an honour to have you with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Yes, sir.
you.